Okay, welcome to the Revit session. Okay, so as I mentioned, today we are going to learn about room tags, then scheduling. So first let us start room tags. So before that, I want to switch off these grids. So what I will do is I will go to Visual Graphics, VG, or you can type, go to View, Visibility Graphics. Okay, then I will go to annotation. The grids will be in the annotation. Grids. Okay, I will switch off that. I will delete this. Okay, so let us start with the room tag first. You see that when you use text, you can write here bedroom, the size. You can write here living room, the size, toilet, etc. But these are all just text. It does not keep any data. For example, if you want to get the area of this room, this text will not keep you anything. So we are going to use the room tag to keep the data regarding the area, volume. Usually architects, we don't use volume, but at least we use the area. We want to know what is the carpet area of this room. Okay, so we can use that one. So let me delete this text now, which is not required. Okay, now let us move on to the room tags. So room tags you can get from architecture, room, click that room, and you can see that is selecting a boundary across that room. Okay, since this tag is on, you get the tag also. Suppose let us insert 1 or 2 rooms without tag. So tag is off. I'll just get the room. So he selected this, he selected here, he selected here. Okay, now you have forgotten to switch on the tag. Now you want to put the tag. So what you have to do is go to annotate, and there are, you have to find out room tags. This is room tag here. Click that room tag, come here and type, click, click and click. Okay, so if I've forgotten to switch on that tag, you can go to annotate and then room tag. So you can do like this. Now, suppose I have a balcony here. Let me draw a small, think that this is a small sit out. Okay, so this sit out also I want to mark, find out the area. So I have to put the room tag there. So I'll go to architecture room. In this case, now I am switching on the tag. You see that it is not putting, it is not selecting that room properly. It is just like an open. It's not selecting. When you come here, you see that proper, you will not see that square area and everything. You see here still, that means it cannot select that room. Because it's an open, there is no walls around. It's an open area. There is no walls around, so we cannot select that area. So in that case, what you have to do is you go back to architecture. Under the room tag, there is a room separator there. You click that room separator. This room separator can be drawn with different type of things. Here you can see various techniques you can use. So here I will draw a separator line. Okay, I have drawn, cancel it. Now you go to architecture room. And you see that is selected that now. So this is very important whenever you want to you don't have any walls and something like that, and if you want to define separate room tag, you can do like that. For example, suppose this room, I can move this little here. This portion you want to convert it as a reception area. There is no wall. I don't want wall. I just want to make a room separate here so that I can get different areas. The room for the reception and the balance for living room. So in that case also you can draw. Now you have the full room tag. So I can put a small separator here, room separator. See, I can put a small room separator. Now this is having a separate room tag and it's having separate now. So we can put another tag here. Okay. So that is the advantage of having, you can have a different, the separator can make anything. Maybe this room and this room is combined, there is no wall here. Then you want to put separate room tag here, then you have to draw one separator line here. Then you get go. Okay. One more thing is that suppose this is a toilet room and you have one wall here. There's a wall here. And if you see here room, you can see that he provided the room tag excluding the wall. That means he has not taken the floor area of the wall area. You don't want the wall. Okay, you can see that the cross mark is not going top of the wall. That means he has not taken into account, he deducted this value of the wall. So this total room area minus this wall. Sometimes you have some small partition wall or something like that and you want to. So in that case, you have to select the wall and go to, first of all, you have to go to room. This is how you are, click this room, select the wall. Let us select the wall. And here you can see room bounding. If you click this room bounding, then when he calculates the floor area, he will not take this account. He will think that there is no wall at all. So I will remove the tick mark. Okay, now you can see that he is marking top of the wall also. That means he is not taking that wall alone. Okay, sometimes you may require some items which you don't want to take into account and you want to exclude that and you want to get the area, or you want to, okay, in that case you select that one and go to and remove the bounding area, that you have to remove the tick mark. So now I have room tags here, room tag here, room tag here. If you want to see the room tag, you can go to Visual Graphics, that is VG. You can go to Visual Graphics and go to rooms. It is coming under model category. Rooms. You see that under the rooms, there is a tick mark plus sign. You can see that interior fill, reference fill. If you click this one, it will show you with a shading. It will show you with this shading where this are. Okay. If you want to see that one, you can switch on that one. That is under room, model graphic rooms. You can interior fill. So this is, it shows you fill with filling, and reference means these lines. So I don't want that. Remove that. If you don't want, remove that. Apply. Okay. So now if you go nearby, when you select the room, and if you go nearby, it shows you. Okay. Now let me rename this room. So I will double click and I will say bedroom. This I will say reception. This I will say living room. Here I will say toilet. And here I will rename to sit out. Okay, I renamed all these things. So now it is easy to identify the rooms. Now I want to color these separate rooms. One color here, some coloring so that it is easy to identify the rooms. So there is an option very easy to color these rooms. Okay, so as an architect, this will be very useful for you. So let us color this room. So what you have to do is you go to annotate, and there is an option here, color fill. You see here, color fill. Click that. Come here and click somewhere here. Now he is asking two questions. What you want to color? Based on, we want to color rooms. And how will you color it? Based on what? Based on names. So color the rooms based on the names. Okay. See, now automatically he colored the rooms. So now the plan looks very nice. And he has shown, see, bedroom, this is the color. Living room, this is the color. Very interesting. Now you can change the color if you want. You go here. When you select the room legend, you see here edit scheme. Click that. So these colors are shown based on name. Suppose you want a bedroom color, little reddish you want. So click the color, and whichever color you want to select. Suppose I want to select this one. Okay. Apply. Okay. You see that? You can change the color anytime. Suppose in the sit out I don't want to fill color. Instead of that, I want some hatch pattern. Okay. So what you do, you click this, go to edit, names, and in the sit out you can see instead of solid fill, you select that. From the arrow, you can select whichever design you want. Suppose I want a cross hatch like this. Apply. Okay. You can see that it is, instead of solid hatch, you put the pattern. So this is a very powerful feature. This is possible only if you have the room tags. Okay. Another very important thing is that you can calculate the area of these rooms. So we'll come back to that later. How you do the room tags. Now let us move on to the schedules. So what is a schedule? Schedule is nothing but you are making a list of items. Sometimes you want to find the quantity of some item. For example, you want to know what are the different sizes of windows. How many are there with the same size? Sometimes you want to calculate the area of this floor areas you want to find out. And what is the total carpet area you want to find out. You want to find out the door schedule. How many door, what are the different type of door, what is its width, what is its length. So you create a table like thing which you can use it for finding out the numbers for ordering purpose, or you can use it for calculating the quantities. Okay, so now we are going to start learning schedule, how to create a schedule. So first of all, let us create a schedule for window schedule. Let us start creating a window schedule. So for that one, you go to view and you go here, you can see that your schedule. You click that arrow and you can find out that different type of schedules are there. Schedule quantity, graphical schedule, graphical column schedule, material takeoff, sheet, so many things are there. But we are concerned about the schedule and quantities. So we'll click that. So we are getting a schedule thing. So we are going to make a schedule for windows. So from here, we have to find out the category. In the filter list, you can see that there are many things here. piping, electrical, mechanical structure. We don't want all these things. We'll remove the tick mark. We want only the architecture. So only the architectural categories will be listed here. So I remove the tick mark all, and I have only architectural. Okay, so these are the things. So from here I want window schedule. So go down and select the windows. So the schedule name is window schedule. And here schedule building components, and here new construction. Okay, so category we selected window schedule. Okay, so the first step is over. The first step is you have to find out which schedule you want. Now in that schedule, that means you are going to make a window schedule. What are the things you want in that window schedule? Now all these things are, these are the various parametric things available related to Windows. Suppose you select all. Suppose you select all from here to here and say add. It will create a schedule for all items. Let us see. See, create a very huge. Okay, he created a very huge schedule. We don't want all this detail. Okay, family and so many things he want. Okay, so we'll go back. So if you how will you go back? You can see here. Once you create the schedule, you can see here fields. Yeah, so we have to click the edit field. So this is a field. You selected all. In the schedule properties, there are many tabs here: fields, filter, sorting, formatting, appearance. We will learn one by one later. So fields mean which are the parametric, which are the fields you want, headings you want. Okay, so let us keep it back all. Okay, I'll take it back all. Now I'll select only which is required. So for a window, I want width. So I will select the width. I want height. Okay. I want the family name and type. I want to know what is the type of window family type. And I want to count how many numbers are there. Count I want. Okay, count. Okay, I think for the time being, let us have only this one. Okay. You can see that he created a window schedule, width, height, family. And where is the count? Count did not come. So we'll go back and see. See, we did not select the count here. Count, add. Okay, now the count has come. We want to keep a proper order. The family we want first. Family, width, height, and count. So we go back, fields, editing. From here, you can change the position. So family we want. So select that one in, click this one. So it goes to the top. Okay. So you got a window schedule now. Family, width, height, count. Okay. So that is about fields. When you click the filter, that means you are in the second tab, filter. So what is the purpose of filter? Suppose you want to list out only the windows whose width is 406. Now he is showing 1500, 406, everything. I want to list out only 406 windows, width 406. So we can filter that. So from here, we'll select the width equal to 406. Okay. So he lists out only windows with 406. Okay. So that is, he is filtering that. We will go back to filter again. Suppose you want to, now we will say none means everything will come back. Now you want to find out those windows which is width is more than 500. So we'll say width greater than 500. So he will be listing out all the windows whose width is more than 500. Okay. You see now he is listing out all the windows greater than 500. Okay. That is a filter. You can filter whatever you want. Okay. So we'll keep it now none. Let us list out all. So that is the purpose of the filter. Now let us go to sorting. In this here, okay, let us So we have listed everything. Now you can see that he has listed all the things here, and the 1500 by 610, 406 by 1200. These are the things he listed out. Okay, we can sort it in a proper way. Suppose you sort by width in ascending order. Okay, ascending order means the 406 will come in the beginning and 1500 comes the next. Okay, so ascending order you list sorted out. Okay, filter means you are filtering. You don't want something, you remove and you keep only. But sorting means what type of sorting you want? Ascending order, descending order, something like that you do in the sorting. So click here, sorting. Now you can see that 406 are here and 1500. Let us make a heading for this. So you click the header. Okay. So he creates a header. So this 406 windows and this is 1500 width windows. So it kept a width there. Okay, because we are sorting based on the width. Okay, if you keep the height here, then he will sort out based on the height. So he is keeping 610 first, 1020. Okay, that's how you do the sorting. So let us keep it back to width now. Now I want to show how many are there total. I want to have a footer here where he gives you the total number here. So let us add one footer. In the footer, what are the things you want? You want the title, you want how many numbers and total, etc. Okay. So he added here. So he is listing 406 width window, 7 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 numbers are there. He gave 7. Here 8. And you want to have a grand total. So you go sorting. There is no here in the sorting, you can see a grand total. Click that and you see here title count. You can see grand total you want. Okay. So he added one grand total is 8 plus 7, 15 you got. Okay. In Windows, we cannot have area. There is no field like area. When you go here field, there is no area, so you cannot find the area of the window. Only these things you can find out. Okay, so we got the total numbers from here. And sometimes what happens is we don't want the repetition of these windows. It is same and fixed all these things. Instead of that one, you want to just number only. You don't want all the this one. So what you do, you can go to sorting. You see here, itemize every instance. Okay, in this, because this tick mark is on, it shows you all the item again. So we'll remove the tick mark and see. So now he mentions only one and say that 7 numbers. And here he shows the one size he showed and say 8 numbers. And grand total 15 numbers. So that also you can do. So all these things possible from the sorting. So sorting you can sort out based on the width. You can add the feeder which gives you the total counting. And when the grand is on, grand total is on, you can show the grand. And when you remove the tick mark from the item wise, it gives you the only one item and give the number. Okay, the default is usually it will be 1. So in that case, it will be shown everything together. Okay, now let us see the area. Area you can see only from when you take the, I mentioned that when we have the room tags, we will get the area. So we will make a schedule from room tags. Okay, so we'll create a schedule for, so we'll go to view, schedule, quantities. Okay, in this case we want rooms, room. So room schedule. So what are the things you want in the room? Definitely you require area. We'll add that area. You want room names, you want bedroom, like that. Do you want the names you want? Sometimes you want the perimeter. what is the perimeter of the room. You can ask this perimeter, you can use it for finding the skirting and other thing you can use. So we can add that one if you want. The volume, that is the volume of the room. That is the room area multiply the height of the room, you get the volume. You, as an architect, we may not require, but when you want to design the air conditioning and the other thing, you may require the volume if you want. So if you just let us see, it is not required, but we'll just add that also. So these are the things for the time being I want. These are the fields I want. Okay. So you created the room schedule, and your window schedule is listed in the project browser under the schedules and quantities. Click the plus. Anytime you can come back to window schedule. So now we are in the room schedule. Anytime you can come back to window schedule. So room schedule we created. We have area, we have name, we have perimeter, we have volume. Okay, we want the order. Name should come first. So we'll go to. You are not in the scheduling. See, click the schedule and go to editing here. Go to fields. Here we want to take the name, take up. Okay. So name, area, perimeter, volume. And whenever you want to mention the area, it should not be rounded. It should be exact area. 33, maybe sometimes it will be 32.84, something like that. When you give, because that is very important. Sometimes you charge based on the carpet area. So you have to show exact area. So how will you do that? So what we have to do is we'll go back to floor plan. Okay, we'll go to units, UN, and go to area. Area, you can see the area, the rounding is decimal places, 0 decimal places. We'll make it to 2 decimals, 2 decimal places. Okay. Okay. Now you open your room schedule, double click. You can see that exact area you are getting 32.64, 32.3. Earlier it was rounding. So you get exactly area here. Okay, in this particular case, I want to get the total area. You can go and filter this. You can sort this. Suppose I want to sort based on the areas. So sort out. You can filter if you want. You want to see only the area which is more than 30 square meter, or which has only 12 above. Okay, so you can filter this. Find the area greater than 10 square meter. 10. Okay. So he shows only these are the areas. So you can use the filter for that. We'll go back to filter. We'll not keep none, so everything will be on. Now we'll go to sorting. I can do from here also. Sorting. Now I want to sort out based on the fully listed. Sorting. I want to sort out based on the areas. Sort by area in the ascending order. Okay. Okay. So the smallest area came, highest area it came down. And you want to sort out based on name, alphabetic order. So in that case, go to sorting based on the name. Okay. So alphabetic order is sorted out. So you can do a lot of sorting here. Okay. So when you sorting is very important. Now I want to keep this header. I don't want. Header means he will give the area based on which area you will be writing the year. I don't want. I already having header. I can use this header. This is enough for me. I don't want header, but I want to get the total area here. I will switch on the footer. Total count. Okay. Is showing me one by one. But okay, this is useful. Sometimes you may require this. In this particular case, I don't want this header also. Footer I don't want. For example, in the suppose you have level 1 so many bed areas, level 2 so many. In that case, you will be level 1, level 2, level 3, everything. Then he'll say level 1 total like that. Then you want the footer. So in this particular case, we don't want the footer also. We'll remove this. Okay. In this particular case, I want the total area. Suppose I want to keep the grand total. Okay, I will go to sort here. Grand total, instead of grand total, there is another provision. What happens? For example, I will say grand total. What happens? He shows me grand total, not the area. He's just showing me the number of rooms. He's not giving total area from here. Okay, so grand total, he gives only the number of rooms here. So how will you get the area? So this is very, very interesting. In this particular case, we have to use the formatting. So we'll go to formatting. And here, formatting, you want the area. You select the area here. Sorry. You select the area. And here, you see here standard, it will give you see calculate total. Click. Okay. So immediately calculate the total area and giving you here. Okay. Same way if you want the total perimeter, go to formatting, select the perimeter, give the calculate total. Okay. And you want volume, again, go to formatting, volume, calculate total. Okay. So get area. That's how you get the total areas. Okay. So this is very important. If you want to get the total areas, you have to area you get only for the rooms. You can't get it for your doors or windows square meter. You will not get. Okay. And for this, so you have seen fields. That is, what are the fields you want? Filter mean which you want to see. Sorting, you are sorting in some sequence, and formatting for getting the total area, etc. And for appearance, you click this appearance. And appearance is actually you. What are the things you want to appear? This is basically when you plot, you can use here the text. For example, show title. Is this title? If you remove the tick mark, it will not. Will remove that title. Okay, go back to here. Remove the add the show title. Show headers. Otherwise, you will remove this head. This heading. This headers you will remove. Then the text, the different type of fonts and other thing used here, you can change from here. Okay, so these are the, so what we have seen now, schedule. So later you will put this schedule, or you can export it to Excel, and from there you will get this. We have some more things you have to learn about the scheduling, how to calculate the quantity. We'll learn that in the next class. We'll make a small plan. We'll just create a quantity of walls, doors, and windows. The cost also we'll try to calculate. How many walls, what is the square meter area, and we'll find out what is the cost per the square meter and what is the and how many bricks we want, something like that. We'll try to make a quantities in the next class. Okay, and one more thing I want to show you is that when we go to level 1, this flow, you see, suppose you want the when you insert the windows, you forgot to add the tags for this. So you can add the tags anytime. You go to annotate and tag by category. You see here, click that, and you can bring here. See, Windows is putting a leader. See here, because the leader is tick on here. Okay, so you can remove that leader on. So that is why when you want to mark this. Okay, when he's coming inside, you can move it to outside, no problem. We'll remove that tag leader, and I will put the mark here, mark here. Okay, so instead of clicking one by one, you can everything you can do in one command. Annotate, tag all. So which tag category you want? Window category. Okay. So sometimes there may be some problems coming here. You can see may not work. In that case, you have to go tag one by one. See, tag category is not coming here, but door it. Okay, some problem may be there. So in that case, you just click one by one. And you can, if you want to move, you can move this, modify, you can select this and move this in the, you can move, yeah. And you can even, you can select this again, you can see window tag here, you select the window and you can see the tag is edit type. See here, mark 10. This is a 10 type window marking he has put. You can rename into W1. So when you check W1, all the same window will change it to W1. Okay, so you will change here also W1. We made W2, wherever 11 number is there, you will change to W. Same way you can put the, for the door also. Okay, when you put the door, that time you can switch on that. When you are inserting a door, if the tag is on, automatically tags are coming. You see now, suppose I put a door here, click, because the tag is on, it automatically puts here. If you cannot put it, if it was not on, then you go to annotate and use the tag by category. Tag by category. If you have forgotten to add here, you can add. Now this also you can rename to, you can put a D1, D2, something like that you can put. Okay, that's for tagging the rooms and other thing. So I hope you got some idea about the room tags. So we have learned room tags and scheduling.